Hey guys, got kind of an odd one. I was just cleaning the shop and had forgotten about these. Cleaned out a barn this summer. It's a barn that is about 200 years old, and it was a friend's grandfather's barn, and he moved in there, I think in the 60s, and there was stuff he never touched. So some of this stuff's really old, others isn't. These were just some buckets that everybody cleaning out threw together for me, so I don't know what's in here. I bet there's some cool stuff. I see some neat stuff poking out, but I thought we'd go through and just see what there is here and see what's cool. So, got a little oil can. That'll be useful. Clean that up, put that in the lathe. And we got a little plane. I do woodworking. This is actually really cool. I don't think I've ever seen one that had the full rabbiting while looking like a larger plane. So, well, that'll be a good thing. We'll throw this on the surface grinder at some point here. Looks like it's a number 10. So, that'll be kind of neat. We've got a little case. Looks like, aha, it's full of sockets. These Chinese ones are good ones. These are really old Craftsman. That's actually sort of neat, 1/4-inch drive, little breaker bar. Put that in the file. These look actually pretty nice. Oh, those are 8-pointers. A couple of them. Put that in with the other stuff. Little nails. It looks like garbage. An old oil spout for the old cans. You go and stab these in the old oil jugs to pour them out. So, looks like a tin of Brad's. Another plane. Just a little. That's a little cheapy, but it's mixed all sorts of stuff. Oh, a little back saw. This is a. I don't see any names on here. It's probably nothing fancy, but those are kind of nice for cutting tenons. I think that's an old ice cube tray, but that will be a nice parts bin. Little keyhole saw blade. Probably don't have the rest of it. Here's a fuel tank cap. That actually will probably fit my bulldozer. A little rasp. It's actually pretty sharp. That looks fresh. I'll probably put that in these files. Vice grips. Still work. Can't have too many of those. Looks like a couple saber saw blades. Toss them like this. Another plane. This one's actually not in too bad a shape. It's got a little rust, but it's fairly smooth. Looks like it's got a OH stamped in it. It's a Bailey number 4. That's a nice little plane. Got a really nice wood grip on it. That'll be a nice one. That's probably the best quality one yet. Here's another one. This is a little rusty. It's another Bailey. Let's see what number it is. It's a. Let's see. Oh, it's back here. This is a number 5 Bailey. That's got a nice grip on it too, and the frog still moves. A little cleaning up. These will be nice. Maybe I'll, if anybody's interested, do a little video cleaning up some planes. This is an old bent chisel. It's like 1/4-inch. Little chainsaw file with a homemade handle. Got another rasp. This one looks pretty dull. That might be junk. A little hammer. I don't quite know what this is. If anybody knows what precise type this is, I don't know if this is for tacks. It's got a slit and a hole. So, if you know what purpose this has, I bet this is pretty specific. Interesting. Nothing fancy here. It's a steel bristle brush. Use plenty of those though. Bunch of slotted machine screws. Another handsaw. This is kind of neat. It's got all the neat coping work on top. Copper likes it. Carved handle. It's a Atkins. Yeah, it's an Atkinson company. I don't know the name. Huh? If you know anything about it, leave a comment. I don't know if that's a really nice saw. It's actually straight. Kind of messy though. Well, this needs a new handle, but old double bit axe with looks like a 28-inch boy's handle on it. So that's clearly the wrong handle for the head. It's had some use to it. You can see it's been filed more heavily on the top, probably from hitting stuff. Those are always neat to have. Another file. This one looks like a bastard. Smith Company. Oh, just another file with a looks like homemade handle. Little file. And what else? Punch. Looks like a stout little punch. Decent little chisel. There's sort of a, I don't know quite what you call it. It looks sort of like a punch, but you can go pretty flat with it. That could be neat. And it's kind of a cool wrench. It's got an interesting profile and really deep socket to the end of it. That'd be worth cleaning up. Looks like just a couple more punches and nothing too crazy. That's the first one. Let's see what the second one is. A lug wrench with a bent tip. That's not very useful. Looks like some sink hardware. Put that right back in the other bucket. A pair of crimping pliers. Very dull saw blade. Trowel with mastic still on it. This might actually be kind of neat. This is a flare tool, but it's got a pretty beefy construction to it. It feels kind of good, and it goes up to 3/4 inch. So that might be a good thing to have around. That one's kind of neat. Some old screwdrivers, wood handle. They're kind of neat. They usually aren't the best. Oh, this is cool. These are this is a screwdriver with the ratchet. I think this is one of the ones you're supposed to be able to push and pump. This might need to get loosened up. It's got some motion in it. Yeah, there we go. It's got the ratchet. Looks like it's still the ratchets. I always like these kind of purple-red wood handles. I don't know why. That's sort of neat. Got someone's name carved in it. Breaker bar. Says Japan right on it. Well, put that in the pile of tools for the truck. It's nothing fancy. But, an old all-size wrench. That'll probably round off anything you put it on. Perfect. A little punch tool. Looks like they're plugged up. These can be sometimes be good for larger holes for gaskets. If you need a small hole near the edge, you can go pop a hole in it for a bolt. Some old shears. Anybody need a haircut? Another pair. This one's got a mark in it. I can't quite make it out. If we clean them up, we'll see. Paintbrush, a wedge, and it's pretty well mushroomed. You can see how a chunk came off. This goes for wedges and punches as well. When you start to mushroom it, you want to grind this back so you got a little bit of a chamfer on the edge. Because when they split and break off, that shrapnel goes pretty hard. You can get that embedded. It's kind of dangerous. It's good to keep these maintained. So grind them back. If this bad, I might even take the torch and snip the mushroom off first. Keeps them a lot safer. Let's see, we got some Taiwan wrenches. Yeah, those are out of China. Little corner clamp. I guess that's probably doing picture frames. That's sort of neat. You can put two pieces in there and hold it for the glue. Miscellaneous bag of hardware. There's an old Wizard Ratchet. Got kind of forged in USA. So it's pretty old. I probably wouldn't trust my knuckles around it, but pretty cool thing to hang on the wall. Old square hardware, bolt. Looks like a really old Craftsman screwdriver. Combo square. Good shape. You can use that. Looks like plumbing hardware. Recoil for Briggs & Stratton. A couple more neat old ratchets. These are kind of cool looking. This one's a really old Craftsman. I thought I had an old one before. I've never seen one this old. And this is a, I don't know, I don't see a name on it. Craftsman screwdriver. I think this is a really old cheap pop riveter. Yeah, pop rivet tool. That's probably good. Original ratchet wrenches. Dunlop tools. They actually still work. Another big pair of scissors. Those are kind of cool. Tin snips. They don't look all dinged up. I can use those. Problem is I end up with 5 of certain things. A little brick chisel. It's kind of a cool screwdriver. It's got the neat old wood handle. Got a bunch of those now, I guess. Another round everything off wrench. Tilts. I think this might be for faucets or something. I don't know. Never really needed one. No idea. Junk. As I said, I didn't put everything in these buckets, so I don't know what's in here. More of these cables. These must be for something. There was a bunch of VW parts in there. They might be for an old Beetle or something. They're kind of cool looking garden shears. I think they still work too. And look at that. It's an old, can't see much about it, but that's an old tap handle. Looks kind of neat. That might be worth cleaning up. Drill bit needs a sharpen. Screwdriver, wire. Oh, here's a little breaker bar. This actually looks like it might be something halfway decent. We'll have to clean it up to see. 3/8 drive. Big round file. It's always nice to have. I don't know what that. Oh, this is for carrying batteries. It's old enough that might just drop it on your toes. Need to cut some pipes. It's a Roxbury, Mass. So that's American made. It's a, trying to see the brand on here. Tremo. I don't know. It's old. Still works pretty smooth though. I guess we need to cut some pipe. More dull files. More round everything off wrenches. I do kind of like this old style of wrench. I don't really use them for much, but they're pretty cool looking. And oh, here's a adjust-a-box. That's kind of cool. So you screw it in and out. It's got the two sides. It's an adjustable box end wrench. I don't know if that would work much, but it's got a mechanism like a regular adjustable or a pipe wrench on it. That's cool. I'm not sure I'll use it for anything but putting it on the wall, but that's a cool file handle. Round file, it's still pretty sharp. And square bolt. That's just a bunch of junk, cheap wrenches. And spade bits, and oh, here's a brake adjusting tool. Wizard. These are kind of cool. You can, the old drum brakes. I still have a lot of them. I don't know. Probably depends where in the country and the rusty parts. There aren't too many around. But you can reach in and adjust your brakes. Files. Spikes. Old spade bit. 1.25 inches. most of the bottom here. Pouch Allen wrenches. It looks like the spark plug tool comes with something. An old rasp. Still pretty sharp. Oh, this is cool. This is a drill bit with rasps on the side. So I guess you could punch the hole and then open it up. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. And angle gauge. These little knives are actually curved. I sort of like these for cleaning up gaskets and just scraping junk out of, like around transmissions or under vehicles and machines. Because that little point you can really get into spots. These are kind of nice. Let me check it out. There's an old monkey wrench. Still with a good wood handle on it. These are pretty cool. I actually use these a little bit. Not for anything too crazy, but 10-inch. It's sort of neat. Looks like the rest of this, we got big Allen wrench. It's just a bunch of old drill bits down there. Little ones, nothing too exciting. So, I don't know if that's interesting for you. There's a couple neat things in here we'll probably clean up and some stuff that'll probably hit the scrap bin, but thought you might want to look through this junk with me. If you like it, subscribe, leave comments. If you know anything about any of the oddballs in here, let me know. Have a good one.